Hey, what's up, my beautiful people? It's your boy Devo, so motivational, back with another day trading spy recap. Real quick, as always, I want to say thank you all for all the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Thank you, thank everybody who's sticking with me to the journey. I love every single one of y'all. Um, and let's get straight into it, okay? So today we didn't have a trade. Market shot straight up, didn't give us a pullback, didn't give us an entry. We're possibly looking for shorts if we see change of character, but we had got a change of character already and then gave a pullback and to no like supply area. So we're gonna see, but we probably just won't have a trade today. We'll probably just step away from the market. Because as I said, they already did a big move and there was no entry. But I'll get further into that real quick. Let's go into the news we had over the weekend, which I'm pretty sure most of us already know that happened, but I'm gonna go over some of it and then as well go over the data that we have coming out today, okay? So over the weekend, President Trump tweeted that we had bombed three nuclear sites in Iran. He said, "We have completed our very successful attack on three nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan, whatever. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordow. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter." So we bombed three nuclear sites in Iran, and we're hoping they're not going to retaliate. In my opinion, I think they will retaliate by, bombing some U.S. military bases. Remember, we have military bases all around the Middle East, so I think they will end up bombing some of our military bases. Why? Because let's follow that. Why? Because they already warned that if the U.S. got involved in the war, that they would be retaliating. And they've made huge threats, which we've gone over. They've made huge threats to the U.S. and we just bombed them. And I haven't seen no news coming out that about their potential strikes back, but my opinion, they will end up striking back. And then President Trump said any retaliation by Iran against the United States of America will be met with force far greater than what was witnessed tonight. Thank you, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. So basically, that's a threat to Iran about if they retaliate, which again, I'm pretty sure they will. Um, and then some news that came out today. Well, actually, yesterday said the damage to the nuclear sites in Iran is said to be monumental. These hits were hard and accurate. Great skill was shown by our military. Thank you. The great B 2 pilots have just landed safely in Missouri. Thank you for a job well done. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. And then today, some news came out. What Trump said was he told everybody, he said, everyone, keep oil prices down. I'm watching you. I'm watching. You're playing right into the hands of the enemy. Don't do it. Why is he saying that? Because usually when we have war, oil prices spike. Let's go into these charts. Okay, so we're seeing a little bit of a change of character. We can see a breakdown and then a pullback into a fair value gap. If we get a clean change of character with hard momentum, big candles, I want to see a 5 minute fair value gap, then a 1 minute, and I could potentially be taking my entry, but we'll see. We actually want to see, what do we want to see? We actually want to see this fair value gap run through. This 5 minute fair value gap ran through. If we run through that, then give us a pullback, we will potentially be looking for shorts, okay? But, okay, so Trump said to keep oil prices down. Why is he saying that? Because whenever we're in war, oil prices spike and stuff like that. And what else? He said, oh, what else came out today? It said breaking. The Israel Defense Forces launched precise airstrikes on Monday, targeting access roads and entrances to the heavily fortified Fordow nuclear facility, aiming to isolate the site and hinder repair efforts following devastating U.S. airstrikes. So they attacked Iran again. Excuse me, good people, targeting their nuclear facilities. So all of these attacks on Iran, I mean, I feel like it's kind of foolish to not think that they are going to retaliate back. I haven't got no news saying they're going to retaliate back, but I think it would be kind of foolish for us to not think they are whenever they've already made threats saying that they would retaliate back if we got involved in the war. And then we're still bombing their nuclear facilities. Again, it's only bombing their nuclear facilities. We're not killing their citizens and stuff like that. but still, you're still bombing another country, so there's still war. There's still active war. So I mean, I feel like they will. Right now, we had this run up. We had this pretty big run up today, but eventually, I think we will end up coming back down because of the war, and I think it will escalate a little bit. But those are just my opinions, and so we have to follow the charts and see, and follow the news and see what actually happens. Okay, let's go to the data that we had come out today. Today we had some data, not too important. We had global manufacturing PMI, global composite PMI, global services PMI, existing home sales month on month, and um, it's already 9. I don't know why this Fed Bowman speech. I'm pretty sure is coming out right now. I'm pretty sure he's talking right now. We have 3-month bill auction and 6-month bill auction. Okay, the numbers worse than previous. Better than consensus. This one's better than consensus. Worse than previous though. Worse than previous. So news not too important. I mean, it came out a little worse than previous, but as we've seen, we still had a pump up, right? So, and then but tomorrow is when we're gonna have Tuesday and Wednesday is when it's gonna be a big day. Why? Because Fed Powell is speaking, so it is gonna be. I believe. Okay, yeah, right here. I was about to say I could swear. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna have house pricing index month on month, year after year, regular. Then we're gonna have Fed Chair Powell testimony at 9 a.m. Consumer confidence, manufacturing index, manufacturing shipments index, service revenues index, and Fed Williams speech, 2-year no action money supply. And so tomorrow is gonna be a pretty big day with data. Could be giving us a little bit more of a pump. What do I see? I see more of a dump. Why? Because I see these equal lows all the way down here. I think we have more bad news to come. We see these equal lows down here. And again, I just feel like we have more bad news to come. So, I mean, again, buying opportunities, so I'm not really worried about it. And honestly, I want it to come down. I want the market to come down so I can get these buying opportunities, okay? And then Wednesday, we're going to have another big day because we're going to have Fed Chair Powell testimony again, mortgage refinance index, mortgage market index, mortgage applications, NBA purchase index, new home sales month on month, crude oil stocks change, gasoline stocks change, crude oil imports change, crude oil stocks change, distillate fuel production change, stocks change, production change, oil change. But most importantly, it's going to be the Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaking, okay? So Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be some big days with the Fed speaking, as well as some pretty big data, as well as later on into the week, we'll get more news on if Iran is retaliating or what is going on with that, okay? So now let's just go into the market and see what happened in the markets, why we didn't get an entry, and what we're looking at, okay? So in the markets today, what we were looking at is we started off at this 594 area, right? And we were actually surprised because we thought we were going to get a dump, right? I mean, crypto was dumping over the weekend. We went from 103,000 down all the way up to, all the way down to 98,000. And remember, we were up to 110,000. And throughout last week, we were falling to about 103. And whenever that news came out that we attacked Iran, that's when it dumped even more, all the way down to 98,000 from Saturday to Sunday, right? And now I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to pull, actually I have Bitcoin right here. I can come to the chart and see where we're at. Let's see. Okay, right now we're at 101K, but you see it came all the way down to this. It came all the way down to this 100,000. I could have swore it came down to 90. Oh yeah, it came all the way down to 98. Right here, came all the way down to 98 on June 22nd. So that was what, yesterday? Came all the way down to 98,263, so close to 97,000. So it dumped pretty hard, but now it's climbing back up as well as the market is climbing back up. And so again, let's just see. So we were actually surprised that it actually held up. And so whenever the market opened, I did expect a little bit of a dump, especially because we had these equal lows, so I thought we were going to take out these equal lows as well. But what did we do? We actually ended up pumping up. So what did we see to start the day? So we dropped down. We were being patient, right? We couldn't do nothing because, it's just right here. We don't know if the market's going to fall. We don't know if it's going to pump up. We got to wait for our entry. So it dropped down, got bought up, and when it got bought up with this candle, I was like, okay, that's my change of character. What do I want to see? I scaled my 1 minute. That's my change of character. We're coming up. We gave a change of character to the upside. We're near some highs, near these, like, we have equal highs right here. Well, not equal highs, but we have these close highs, right? Not equal, but they're relatively equal. They're close together. We're pumping up near them, and near this area is like, okay, give me my pullback to my fair value gap, right? So again, I had my change of character in my 5 minute. It was too early for us to get a well, actually we do have a fair value gap right here. But I mean, it's a little too early for us to give a big, nice 5 minute fair value gap. But when we were pumping up right around this 595 area, I was like, okay, we'll take out these highs to this 596, right? So I was looking for an entry, and it pumped up hard. So I was looking for an entry, and whenever it was around this little consolidation area, I was like, okay, drop down, give me my pullback to these fair value gaps. It didn't give me no pullback to my fair value gap, and it just boom, 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 took off, broke past this 596, broke past this 596 40 area, and then another entry I was looking at was this one right here in my 1 minute, right? Remember, 5 minute. 5 minute is just a candle pullback. But this was a big candle where we didn't get no pullback, and this is where I wanted my pullback from. And right around here, my 1 minute, I was like, okay, well, we're right here. I know we're gonna take out these highs and potentially these. So I had all these marked out, but I deleted them once we broke past them. So I was like, okay, I mean, I could have an entry. I don't know what I just did. So okay, I could have an entry right here at this 1 minute fair value gap right here to pump up and break these highs, but I was like, that's not really, I mean, yeah, I mean, I could have made some money because it pumped up pretty high, but at the same time, you're already so far off the move. I felt like we was gonna break this high. I didn't know we were gonna fly through, of course, and like it was like, okay, but. And I mean, you never know what price is going to do. That's why you always stick to your strategy. But at the same time, I want to get in at the lowest. I want to get in at the bottom and ride it up. I don't want to get in all the way and basically in the high of the trend just to reach the peak, I want to get in when the trend is starting, right? Because that's where you're safer at. Because, realistically, if price wanted to, it could fall all the way back down and try to touch this fair value gap when it's right here. It'd be unlikely, but it could, And so I just don't like to get the trend in the middle. If it's already like trending, it's like, oh, I'm in the middle of the trend. I don't really like to do that. I want to get in at the bottom of this trend. So let me show you. Because if I have my entry right there, remember, you have to have your stop loss down here. That's a pretty wide stop loss. But then I would have had my take profits all the way up there, right? So it would have been about a 1.2 to 1. So that's what it would have looked like. And then it would have kept flying through. It would have broke through. I would have held it. Boom, boom, boom. Broke through here. And then it would have broke through. And then once I seen this big wick down, that's when I would have been getting out probably in the middle of that wick. So that would have been a good one, right? But again, it didn't give me that pullback I wanted. And so I sat that one out. I was like, okay, maybe it would sweep this one and turn around. Know what I'm saying? I was thinking that. Maybe it would sweep this one and turn around to the downside. Nope. I was like, okay, maybe it'll sweep this one and turn around to the downside. Nope. It swept this one. I was like, okay, maybe now I have this pullback right here. Maybe I'll get a change of character downwards. Nope. And it just kept on going. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. I just didn't get a trade today. And, I'm perfectly fine with that because I waited for my strategy. I was waiting. I was being patient and never got the pullback I wanted. So I didn't have a trade. Right now, what I'm looking at, okay, now we had this pullback and we had this change of character now. So now we have a change of character. It's actually just wicking, so I wouldn't even count that as a change of character. I want to see a solid body drop through and then a pullback, right? But again, we might not have an entry, right? So that was pretty much what I was looking at. I was looking for a pullback on the. Well, really, when the market started, I thought we were going to get a dump. We didn't get a dump. We held up, and then I thought we were going to drop and take out these equal lows. We didn't do that, but when we changed character, I was like, okay, I can go to the upside. But we didn't give our entry to the upside, and so we didn't have that trade, right? We didn't have our entry, so there is no trade. And so that's what we were looking at pretty much. Tomorrow we have some big news, so that could be a lot of volatility. Tomorrow we will probably have a trade. if the market gives us an entry, we will have a trade. We can't say whether the market would give us entry. Like today, we were hoping the market would give us entry. It didn't give us an entry, and so we didn't have a trade. Tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of volatility, so we're ready for it. More volatility means more money can be made, okay? Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to have big days. I went over the news that we had, and I will keep updating y'all with some more news. I'm pretty sure more Iran news will be coming out during the market and giving us more dumps or good news to give us pumps, but we'll see. We're favoring the dump because we want better buying opportunities, all right? That is pretty much all for the day. Again, we probably won't have a trade today. It is looking good. It's dropping down now. But it is a lot of wicks, a lot of fighting. We probably would just stay out of it, not to be, because we already did this big old move. It's fighting downwards. It's 1040. It's getting a little late. Maybe if price wants to give us a nice setup like soon, but most likely we will stay out of the market today. Being patient. Last week we finished up $300. The week before that, we finished up $200. The week before that, we finished up $200. And I'm not exaggerating these. Literally, exactly to the point. Last week, it was literally 300 flat up. The week before that, it was literally 200 flat up. The week before that, it was literally 200 flat up. The week before that, I was literally break even. So, 0, 200, 200, 300. So, we're feeling good. We're doing good. We're getting better. We're feeling way more confident in our trades because, when you're practicing these trades, when you're going over these trades, when you're back testing, when you're looking at the markets, when you're taking countless amount of trades and you start to win them and you start to see the liquidity sweeps and how you're hunting liquidity and it does it every time. You start to see, even when on days I don't trade, how I mark out these liquidity areas and it just takes it out. Like, just takes them out. I had all of these marked out and it just takes. I had actually this one. That wasn't there. I think that was what happened. I think I moved that. So this was right here. That was right there. So actually I had more. So it was this one. Boom. I didn't have that one marked. So it was like this. Boom. And then this one I didn't mark out because it's right next to this one. So it's going to take out both of these if it comes up to this one, right? So I had this one, and this one. So it's just, even days that I don't have an entry that I feel comfortable with, I could still see, okay, boom, and knocked out that level. Boom, and knocked out that level. Boom, and knocked out that level. All these levels I marked out, if it would have just gave my entry, it would have hit them all. And it would have been a profitable day. So all of the back testing, just still looking at the market, even on days that you don't have a trade, it still just boosts your confidence and it confirms that you know what you're doing, that the work is paying off. Even on days that you didn't make no money, that you weren't even in the trade, just seeing the market play out how you wanted it, how you felt like it was, or obviously I thought it was going to go to the downside, but it went to the upside. So I was like, okay, it goes up to the upside, give me this entry, and I know where the areas it wants to target. Even though it didn't give my entry, I still seen it targeted these areas. You see what I'm saying? So it still confirms you know what you're looking at, and all the work is paying off. So it's confidence booster, and the more confidence you have, the better you feel in your trades, the more confident you're in your trades. Because remember, guys, whenever I was losing a lot, like I was losing now, and it came to the point where it was like I couldn't take a trade because I was like, I don't want to lose. I've been losing, and it was like I would have a perfect setup, and I would get in, and then I would see one candle go against me, and I would get out before my stop losses even hit, and it would go right under my stop loss and then go my way and hit take profit. And it spooked me out because I was scared of losing, because that's what happens when your confidence is shot. So that's why you got to keep working on your confidence. And you work on your confidence by showing up to the market daily, back testing, studying the markets, keep learning it. Just keep showing up day in and day out, and it will come. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not there. I'm not consistently profitable. I've been doing good over these past month, over these past couple weeks, these past 4 weeks, right? I've been doing good, but my P&L overall is still down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still feeling more and more confident, and I feel like I am on the verge of just boom, 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 knocking out these trades. And I feel like right now, I feel like it's all about capital, because I'm trading one contract, 2 contracts to be, cautious, right? I'm not over leveraging. But imagine when I'm trading 5 contracts, 4 contracts, 6 contracts, 10 contracts, just on average, just on regular trades. That's when the money starts picking up and you're getting $2,000 winners, $5,000 winners on a good day, $10,000, $20,000 winners. Then in the future, $50,000 winners. You see what I'm saying? So my confidence is getting better, and it's all about your capital size. You know what I'm saying? So you can get better trades. And again, over time, the 1 and 2 contracts, that'd be like nothing. I'd be playing with 4, 3, 4, 5 contracts just averagely. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm working my way up there. I'm just being patient, not over leveraging. I'm not even worrying about how much money I'm gonna make. Remember, we're trying to worry about the process and just being on the right side of the market, okay? Because the money will come whenever you get that consistency going. All right. So that's pretty much it. I love every single one of y'all sticking with me this journey. Again, we will be back tomorrow, as always, and hopefully we'll have a winning trade. Okay. I love every single one of y'all sticking with me this journey. Remember, guys, stay persistent, passionate. Make sure I get paid. All right. Peace.